Hey Bible lovers, I'm Tim Nichols, and today we're going to be taking a quick look at a segment from the Three Tims that we just filmed a few days ago. In this little segment, Tim Wildsmith and I go back and forth, and it's intense, it's hilarious. I want you just to check it out.
So Nichols, I'm not sure he even has anything to say about Schuyler, so maybe we will just want to go on to the next publisher here. Go ahead, Nichols.
All right. Well,
You probably have something.
the first thing that I would do is I would credit Schuyler for being a needle mover. What they did by being exclusively premium is they moved the needle to where other publishers began to really dive into the premium world. So, just that disclaimer aside, the first thing I would encourage Schuyler to do if I were in charge is to take on the ASV because it's a public
Ooh.
domain Bible
Yeah.
and they have a small enough run to where I really think they could do it well. To where like another
Okay.
publisher like a Thomas Nelson or a large publisher that needs to sell thousands of copies, they're the one that could probably make 500 copies and sell out in a few hours and make a pretty good profit off of it. The second thing I would encourage them to do is on their full yap Bibles, just go ahead and get rid of the tool line.
No,
Yeah, because
no,
I'm,
no.
if you get rid of the tool line,
Uh-oh.
then
Uh-oh, we have conflicting opinions
yes,
here.
if you get rid of the
Audience,
tool line, all right, y'all
audience,
let
we
me.
need to hear from you.
Hey,
Who's
look,
right?
I was quiet during y'all's turn. All right, I was quiet,
That's it. I just
and
want the audience to be able to
and
to let us know.
it was hard to be quiet. So
Okay, tool line
I would get rid of only on the full yaps. I'd get rid of the
or
tool line
no?
because it throws the cross off center.
You are incorrect.
Well, you know what? You were incorrect about an entire video, Wildsmith. Do we want to dive into the incorrect?
I'm
The
gonna
Bibles
measure
you
it. Look,
dislike?
look,
The
look.
Traveris?
If you go from the edge, if you go from the edge
Man,
of the Jerusalem cross to the outside spine of the Bible, it's
Yes.
exactly. I measured. It's
Yes.
exactly 2 7/8. And if you go from the other edge of the cross to the edge of the goat skin, it's exactly 2 7/8. So it's
But
dead center.
it's dead center to the edge, but it's not dead center to the tool line. When you put the tool line on there, it messes up the cross, especially when you train the yap. So I think the solution is just to get rid of the tool line and let it be full yap. I understand either that or get rid of the cross.
You
One
know,
or
he
the
might
other.
be right. He might be right.
I am
He,
right.
but I love the look of the
wow,
tool. Here's the deal. Here's the deal. You might be right about it.
wow.
This is what I mean. Let me clarify. You might be right that it makes it look more center. I disagree that they should take. I love the tooled line and the perimeter stitch. I think that is such a nice look. And so
If it
when
didn't
I look at
make
the
the cross
Bible,
look off center.
when I look at the
Okay,
Bible, I think the cross may be slightly off center, but I love that look right there more.
Okay, you broke out your ruler. I'm breaking out my ruler. All right.
so what this is
All right.
showing, and I'll let you show that, Nichols. But what this is showing is how
Two and a
hard it
half.
is for Bible publishers to make decisions because people have different opinions.
That's true. We do.
It's less than 2 1/4 from the tool line and 2 1/2 from the spine. So it is off center from this. And it's just, for me, it's an issue. And I know it's not for other people, but this is my time. This was the segment Frisch gave
That's right.
me. So I'm
That's
saying
right.
what I want to say.
Do y'all
That's
out
right.
there? Let us know
Mic
in the
drop.
comments. Let us know in the
Okay.
comments. Let
I'm
us know in the
seeing, okay,
comments.
Chad, I'd rather not have the cross than the tool line. In other words, he'd rather just have the tooled line.
There you
And
go.
then we've got Jason, I like the tool line. Then we've got Jared, don't get rid of the tool line, but but center the cross on the tool line.
For him, just to make him
Evidence.
mad.
Evidence that it works. Centered to the tool line on a Bible with yap. Evidence that it works. Reformed and Rebound killed this. All
We
right,
need to
I'm
talk
done.
about
I'm
Jacob
done.
for a second. Jacob is
Yes.
incredible.
Incredible, and he's new, and the kid is like, what, 16? Oh my gosh.
That could be another video we could do if I were this rebinder,
Ooh.
but we'll see. We'll see if we survive this because I hope we're all still friends, after this.
Nothing
That,
but
that was
love.
that was a tough one. That was a tough one.
Nothing but love. Nichols yelled at me a little
Okay.
bit, but
You interrupted me.
Well, you talked about Mike Tyson earlier. This is turning into
you
like
just got punched in the mouth.
woo. I'm going to actually do another mainstream publisher now. And this is Zondervan and Thomas Nelson. Zondervan, Thomas Nelson. I'm putting them together because they're both under HarperCollins, and they do a lot of similar things. And for time's sake, I wanted to streamline it a little bit. So I'm going to say, like, is anybody like, oh, please let me go first? Or any of you, because I want to be fair about this? Or are you like, okay, Wildsmith,
I've got one.
and we won't interrupt each other?
I have one for Zondervan that I don't know if I want to say because I don't want to hurt anybody's feelings. I'm just going to focus on Thomas Nelson. Thomas Nelson publishes KJV, NKJV, NET. I really like the NET as a translation. I love the full notes edition. I would love to see them make more editions of the NET. I'm guessing that the reason they don't is probably because they don't sell as much of that translation. I get that. But I would love to see more NET editions. I'd love to see a premiere collection in the NET. I don't know if they still own the rights to the RSV or if it's in public domain. I know that Thomas Nelson originally published the RSV, so I'd love to see them do like a throwback RSV, kind of like Schuyler did with the RSV Quintel. If they could do something, maybe, we're coming up on 75 years of the RSV in a few years, that would be cool. And then here's my hot take. If I was in charge of Thomas Nelson, I would commission an official update to the New King James Version.
I'm gonna hurt him.
What?
No, I'm driving to Nashville right now in this live stream. We got a problem, y'all. We got a problem.
Well, I just want to apologize that I've driven a wedge between my friends.
You don't think they should update the NKJV? Why?
The notes. Only the notes. Okay, I'll give you this. The notes. If they updated the notes and left the text alone.
You're just one of those hardcore, leave the NKJV, don't touch it.
I just like it.
I get it.
I guess I could make a comment about this, just as a neutral observer. NKJV user base, because they're using the NKJV, think of how long it took for them to accept an update of the King James. The NKJV users are very resistant to updates.
What about a
general comment.
What about they take a page from Lockman's book and they keep the 82, which is really the 84. They keep the 84 in print. They keep publishing it, but they do an NKJV 2025 or something like that. I mean, the 40th anniversary is next year.
And you know that caused no controversy for Lockman to do that. Now, I hear what you're saying, Wildsmith, but I think from what I've heard of the user base, anytime you mention an update to people who love the NKJV, they really don't like it. So, I mean, we can listen and hear what the audience thinks, but hey, I mean, they'll definitely get a lot of attention if they talk about it. But
Tim Nichols and Chad Wilhelm and other people, what do you mean when you say you want the notes updated? Just so that you have better notes about the latest textual research in the text and stuff like that?
Yes. If they updated the notes, I'd be okay with that because there's been discoveries since 1982.
Sure.
But just leave the text alone.
One of the things I love about the NKJV is that even though you're getting the TR, they're giving you the majority text, they're giving you the critical text notes so one of the cool things about the NKJV as it sits is you're reading it and you get the best of all three textual streams if you use the notes on a regular basis. If you refer to the notes, you get the biggest picture, I think, which I do like that about it.
Well, and I also disagree with the oldest and most reliable manuscripts is always the best approach.
Sure.
As well.
Yeah.
Well, that was a really good back and forth. And there's more we could say about that. Could be a whole video we do. We could talk about the NKJV. So this has been really good. You guys gave just fantastic input. And it was even great to hear some pretty strong, diverse opinions among us. We didn't totally agree on everything.
Oh, yeah. I'm on my way to Nashville as soon as this live stream ends. We're having it out over... I can't remember what were we fighting about. Oh, yeah.
The NKJV update that Tim Wildsmith wants to do.
Oh, man. I'm telling you. I need a trip to McKay's anyway. I'm hitting the hotel tonight, and we're going to have us some words.
Wildsmith, I knew this live stream was going to give me some interesting video clips. I'm wondering if I should do a short where I just have you saying that you want to update the NKJV.
Let all the hate mail come in.
Oh, man.
People are gonna hate on me so much.
Oh my goodness.
That hurt my heart for a second, man. I'm
Hey, there's still people that are mad about the KJV being updated, and that's why they don't like the NKJV. So there you go. I think that was a wonderful, wonderful discussion we had.
love
Thank
you,
you.
Wildsmith. I mean that, NKJV guy. I love
I
you.
love you too, Nichols. And
That's
Frisch.
great. We all love each other, and we'll do this again. I hope in the future. We're all still friends here, so we'll get back together and do this again.
So as you can see, we disagreed pretty intensely, but that's the beauty of friendship. That's the beauty of the body of Christ, is that we can see things differently, and at the end of the day, we're still friends. I love Wildsmith. I love Tim Frisch. And though sometimes we view things a different way, we still love each other, we still appreciate each other, and we still celebrate each other. Way to go, 3 Tims. Awesome video. God bless you. Keep calm. Jesus on.